What's up YouTube? CodForMan221 here, and welcome to another online replay for Season 5. Wow, we're almost in Season 6 here. Anyway, my gameplay is back here, and that was just a temporary situation. Oh, I guess I switched it back. That was just a temporary situation with Nick coming out the gameplay there. Anyway, by the way, Nick is in this gameplay, so here he is. We're playing with Nick, a guy named Napoleon, and Grayshot. And Grayshot's actually a YouTuber, so you could look him up if you want to. We're going up against 3 OKW and a Wehrmacht. So I'm playing with Grayshot in the south here. That's the plan. We're going to secure the island. He's going to go for the fuel. I'm going to go for the victory point. Nick is the British. He's going to fortify the middle and try to cover the fuel. And Napoleon is going to go up north and try to mess with the VPs. Napoleon was talking about the strategy on this map here. So we look at it. The fuels are in the south, and so some teams will just cap the north and then just drain you on VPs. So my kind of thinking for this map is usually to cap both fuels if you can, and then shift north with your armor to punch through enemy defenses. But that's just me. I'm trying to remember what doctrine I went in this. Let's see. By the way, Kubowagens do a lot more damage than I remember them doing against riflemen. Now I immediately start targeting this unit here. I would be in trouble for not all firing at it. The Star Pioneers are quite deadly. Look at how much damage they're doing to my units here. My units, they're both retreat there. So that's basically a trade. I'm actually low on units here. I think they thankfully have some more riflemen coming out over here. I get behind the light cover of the tree here and deal with this Kubowagen and push them off the victory point and start capturing it. Meanwhile, in the north, Napoleon has his scout car to counter, but he has to be careful with Panzerfaust. One of those would devastate him. And they have that fuel. Meanwhile, further in the south here, Gray has his Maxim, and that's going to suppress that unit. I'm going to try to outflank and wipe out squads if I can. I see that one unit there. I'm hoping to get him. I'm running my units forward, trying to kill him, and we can't pull it off, unfortunately. Meanwhile, I mean, the guys in the south are playing actually very well. I like Leon. I keep doing that. I gotta stop pressing holding control. Let's take a look at Leon's rank here. Well, these guys are actually not super high level, but they're playing. This guy's about my level. I'm 34 second prestige. Yeah, honestly, max rank doesn't mean anything in COH 2 because they give you XP for playing with friends, playing against bots. I kind of think your rank should only be online games, to be honest. We're not here to debate the ranks in COH 2 though. My reinforcements are definitely going to wipe out this squad. Just go by 10 rifles. We kind of get stuck on my unit there. So fuel is going to be secure down here. They have the Kubowagen still back here, then AT gun. And Nick and Napoleon are securing the center with the fuel. Unfortunately, the player up top here, Staffenberg, he's pushed back green. Napoleon up there, so Napoleon has to respond. I find that kind of funny. Like, everyone used to fight in the north, used to be like one, and then I honestly don't remember if I kind of remember on the beta. I mean, here's the suggestion I would have for this: make this a victory point and put the other fuel here. Just switch them. That'd be a lot more fair, and then it'd spread out players. Oh, is that a nice... That's too bad. A lot of grenadiers here, though, for him. That'd make it quite fair to for these units to basically not everyone fighting over. Spread it out. You know, have the VPs. I don't like that they're too up north. I'm trying to remember from the beta. So this was actually the first. I played the closed beta actually for COH 2. This is the only 4v4 map they offered. So this map has been here in COH since the very beginning. You push those guys back. Next, gonna start fortifying. He's gonna put a trench on the hill here.
Our fighting position now has some ordnance behind it.
So here's what I did. I decided to fortify. I don't usually do this, but I figure, hey, I got the munitions and the manpower, and I'm not getting pressed or anything. So these two machine guns, they will cover each other. This guy will cover the left flank, and this guy will cover the VP. So they're gonna run into a machine gun no matter what if they try to outflank. And we're about to see that right here. And they're negative coverage, so they get like instantly suppressed here. And they're gonna try to move up here, and yeah, they're gonna be in a crossfire here. I think it's having a little bit of trouble in the center. So we killed this Kupowagen. Oh yes, I want to point this out. Not very many people remember, won't really realize this, but you can actually flank around this whole side here. You can walk on this. So they're going to try to do a deep flank to the left here, along this side here with their units. But he messed up with the Kupowagen there, and goodbye. So that was kind of interesting to see that kind of flank. Because usually your machine guns are like along here, you're ready for them to attack this way, but you can flank, so keep that in mind. Up north we have the OKW player, confront. I can tell some of these guys are either German or they're... I think these three guys are German. The way they have their name. Or they could just be a fan of somebody. Oh nice, they have a scout car out too. So I'm going to be focusing mainly up here in the middle for right now. There's not going to be any real action in the south here. Gray is pushing up with his conscripts. I'm going to start shifting. This is going to be my kind of area of operation, like along here. There'll be a lot of defenses on the sill up incoming pretty shortly. That's nice. Napoleon is going behind enemy lines here, not using the mobility of his scout car, but they have their own scout car. This is like early COH2 tactics with the Soviets to kill MGs. He's better run because that's the instant counter to this thing. I maybe do overdrive, maybe not, save the munitions. You see, push back the machine gun there, and look at this. Nick got outflanked by the red player up here, Stauffenberg. I'm gonna start trying to wipe out some units. So I shifted my units up north here, but just as that happens, the enemy's gonna start pushing Nick again from the south, the purple player. And they're gonna actually get, this is what I was afraid of. I actually realized I built these too close to each other, so just keep that in mind. You don't want to have things, your emplacements too close to each other, because they can both get hit at the same time. I have an ambulance down here, and they have a scout car. Oh, that's a Luke's. I have a captain out. I'm gonna start trying to wipe out this infantry support gun if I can. I'm such a sneak. I'll show you this. So he's hitting my... Just pause it for 20 seconds. He's hitting my ambulance here, right? He's locked on. He's targeting the vehicle. AI, this is an AI kind of, he's not manually attacking, and AI will not attack an abandoned vehicle. So look at this. I'm gonna hop out, and he focuses immediately to the unit retreating. So that's a good way to save your ambulance if you want to be cheap like that. So you can hop out of your vehicles, just keep that in mind. Now don't do it with the tank, because if they take that tank, that's a really bad idea. And we have a flare or something over here. Yeah, it's cheap. It's just like running over enemy units with the pathing. That's pretty cheap too. We're pushing units out of cover. There's some things you can do in COH2 that are frowned upon, at least by me. And we have the rear echelon helping repair. These are what the medics look like. They do have pistols, so you never really, you don't really see people running around with medics. You see them usually in the ambulance here. I guess there are two in the back there. Because you can have a rear echelon man this, I guess, and have your medics helping to reinforce units. You don't really, I think medics don't have very good hit points here. I'm now upgrading to get weapon racks here, get some BARs. Napoleon doing a good job against a lot of infantry up north here. The Luke's unfortunately got repaired here, so Nick's going to be in a little bit of trouble if he doesn't have any AT, which he does not. And my only AT is my captain. I've now gone for the major. And get a Sherman shortly. AP Napoleon does have an Su-85 here. And now the thing is, the Su-85, right? Sorry, 76. Jeez, it's not 85, it's a 76M. He's just gonna circle around, but he needs to click on the, click target vehicles. He's not gonna be able to get out of this because there's a second one coming, so just keep that in mind. And he did damage, but it's a shame to throw this guy away like that. When he saw the second one incoming, he should have immediately tried to drive this way and get out of there. Anyway, my BAR units, riflemen, are absolutely going to shred these units that are not upgraded at all. And you have 5 men. Be careful when you deploy along bushes or something, because you get 5 men like grouped up like this, which is just so they're not spread out, so one more could wipe out your whole squad. I'm trying to help Nick. He's under real pressure. The purple player and the orange player are now pushing in. The mortar has been killed there. I know Nick put his mortar right here to try to cover the fuel, but he does have to be careful because things that can happen. They can hop in the trench and destroy you. So you have a machine gun going. I do think the Russians, though, in terms of the Allies, are probably the... It's hard to use them. And Gray's doing a good job. So I'm gonna do an old school Molotov. Yeah, that MG did not stand a chance. They're now trying to set up the Siegfried line here. They have bunkers here to AT. We're going to destroy this thing with something. Unfortunately, that fire is going to slow. I could put down some smoke, but I don't know what kind of AT they have, even though I have my Sherman here. I know they have 1. And my major has set up the retreat point. So I'm actually going to push forward and just try to take out this bunker on the hill here. I am aware there's an AT gun on the hill that just shot me, so I need to back up. It's not worth losing a Sherman for 1 bunker. Because I knew he'd Faust me there. My engine did just get damaged, but this bunker's going to get destroyed by the T-34. So I'm popping smoke to protect my tank here. Gray's got to be careful with this T-34 here. We'll even get the bunker. Nope. And I have Rangers on the field here. These guys are going to do some real damage once I get the Thompson, the 4 Thompson machine gun upgrade for these guys. But the cars, the carbines they're using are not bad at all, though. So their bunk got destroyed. They still have 1 up here, though. If you get a bunch of Su-85s, like, you can do some... These guys, highly veteran, are very overpowered. Nick has a Valentine, so we go to the Fog of War. Once he starts transmitting, that will kind of show us the enemy. Yeah, that squad got wiped out. So SU-85 is, jeez, wow. There's no SU-85s on this map, and there won't be any. This Duke Savus was very close, so it was a very dangerous shot he did with that. But, you know, Nick really loves getting bombarded by artillery. It's something he told me he loves to do it before every match. Of course, being very sarcastic here, but it seems like Nick is the one who always gets, like, just bombarded. It's the way he plays with a little bit of the static defenses. So they know where his position is, so they're just going to start bombarding him in between the mortars. And okay, so we can see everything in red here. This is Nick's Valentine using its unique ability. It's doing observe mode, so we can see kind of enemy units around. And I have honestly only used the Valentine once. And we are talking as a team here, and the Valentine actually has the same gun as a Cromwell on the front, so it's not exactly a bad tank, but it's very cheap. And it's mostly used just to observe enemy units. It's not mainly a combat tank. Yeah, we need like some heavy artillery on this hill. They're also setting up their position right there.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Oh yes, they started bombarding my position here with... Just gonna have trouble against the machine gun bunker here. They started bombarding my position here with my ambulance, so I decided to move it back. These have been repaired. We're echelon repairing here. I'm grabbing something I don't really use. I figure I'm feeling pretty confident, so I'm going to grab a howitzer mortar carriage, which can actually kind of bombard, act like an infantry support gun. I like how he stole... Oh, that's going to be bad. I like how he stole an MG from the Germans. That's an MG-34 he's holding. That was one of the great things when you're playing as the Russians and in early COH 2 before there were all these other factions here. Like, the only option would be, is he moving, is he doing that very... He's like protected by ATs here.
Light gun carrier tank ready.
Devastating for Nick. I was so happy those were not AT guns right there. With the 3 AT guns around here, it is too dangerous to push up currently. Just with that one on the hill there, it's not worth it, but I did manage to wipe out one. Put 2 bunkers here, so they've kind of... I fortified in the south, they fortified it also. Here's my howitzer. We have a Katusha now firing over here. Yeah, so that's the that's strategy. Now I have T-34-85s from Napoleon up north. So Napoleon's done a good job of really just... I guess it is kind of like... Yeah, you can see on the... Look on the map here. You can see that it's kind of like an infrared half-track for the OKW. So nice hit. I believe, yes, I did destroy his bunker there, so that's really good. We have a major assault coming in the south here, but I moved away to the north pretty much, and if they want to go for the VP, they have to go through my defenses. And I can always respond also, if I need, but I think ATs are moving up. I have my Rangers coming in. These guys are awesome. I'm trying to kill the AT guns here. Also trying to wipe out units from behind. We have very poor... Oh, we got him. So wiping out a squad, killing the AT guns, that really just hurt his assault there. Rangers 8 kills so far. Make that 9, they just killed a Storm Pioneer. Units have different XP. So my Rangers are a little damaged and they're outnumbered by 1, but with the Thompson's point blank with these guys, even though they have the SCG-44s, that grenade should wipe out... Almost whipped out another squad there, actually. So my Rangers did a good job over there. We do need to take back the north, though. We are losing on... Well, we're winning on VPs, but just for now. It looks like Napoleon must have lost his... Like, comment. Oh, Nick has a priest, too? Oh, it's a Saxon. Same thing, basically. in terms of COH at least. Yeah, my guys with the BAR just can do some, just keep them off the field. So we have 48 fuel a minute. Like, that's how we have so many vehicles, and our opponents are getting basically nothing. 25 versus 40, that's 2 to 1. The great news is, though, they're just bombarding Nick to hell. So that's... Oh, they got a direct hit. They wiped out Nick Sexton there. We do have a Panther. I'm making my push here. Wiped out that bunker. I figure we should be great. And then I see a Panther. And it's like, okay. First of all, my guys are... One of them is on... Doesn't have armor-piercing shells in. That's a mistake. So I'm trying to micro. I'm trying to switch this one over, hopefully. Yeah, he's just going to back up onto the hill. This is going to be... I'm just going to get my tanks the hell out of here. It's worth saving them for another fight. So my tanks only gain veterancy from that. Nick activated his unique ability here. He's activated Perimeter Overwatch, which will basically overwatch all of our positions here for a set time. If they go in it, they'll get destroyed. Oh, T-34 down. And I'm repairing. I'm trying to make sure my men are all back here. I need to bring them back up to the front line and reinforce them. I have plenty of manpower. I'm actually floating resources right now, which is pretty nice. I have plenty of infantry. I have plenty of tanks here. I have 2 tanks and a mortar carriage here. That's fear propaganda going down, pinning enemy German units here. And then the Katyusha goes in, so it says, be afraid, and then we get blown up by a Katyusha rocket. Oh, Nick has to be careful there. Oh, look at that, artillery going down. Nice, the Comet just wiped out that squad there. Good indeed, good indeed. Sherman's just sitting on the hill having fun. They're getting some veterancy on their units here. There's no question about that. But look at my units, all Vet 1 or Vet 2. I'm grabbing an AT gun. I figure to stop the Panther here, I need some kind of support. My Shermans are mainly anti-infantry, to be honest. 15 kills to the Rangers so far. Oh, Nick, you better get the hell out of here, Nick. Come on. That was not good to lose a Comet like that. And Comets are very expensive. They're 185 fuel. Nick should just abandon the hill or put his stuff further back. He wants to have a forward assembly area. Yeah, this Panther comes up, sees all my units. I was getting stacked up for an attack here. But yeah, we see that. I love how the grenades are like heat-seeking. Let's see the animation off. So that guy's engine is damaged here. Still not load the armor piercing in there. This headquarters is very, very damaged. Looks like they got the Katyusha also, so they're very devastating in this. Oh, here we go. We got the Jagdpanzer here. Very, very deadly at long range. We saw Schnappy maneuver that on Red Ball Express. Very low vet infantry. I don't know why he has them up here still. Need to retreat. They're not doing anything but dying here. Gotta be careful with your squads. I always look, since my squads are up top here, I always click on them, and that's how I reinforce. Like, I never click back to my base usually unless I need to grab a weapons rack or something as the United States. Just in general, I don't go back to my base. Or like where this guy is, or I had to move it because we got bombarded. So I gotta set that back up again. So here comes the Grand Assault. my Shermans. I realized that one is shooting HE cells, so I switched that to HE. I mean, I switched back to AP from HE for that one. Bong run going down. There you go, headquarters down. Panther's so close to dying here. I need to push up. I know they... So Panther's dead. And it's time to fall back once again. I don't want to lose any of my Shermans. Now Veteran Z1, it's now going to help coordinate fire for nearby Allied armor. And I wiped out that Beck 3 squad. That was dangerous. Artillery still going down. I don't know if this is... I think this is British artillery or some sector artillery. Yeah, my AT gun that was here that was helping take out the Panther just got blown up. So once again, it's just I'm playing smart with my tanks here. I'm gonna have to repair. Can't make any Panthers here, so that's gonna hurt them because they don't have a ton of fuel. These guys already. They don't have a ton of fuel already, and it costs 120 to even build this, so they'll no longer have access to Panthers. So that was pretty devastating for the whatever colored player this was here. And we're going to push this MG back. I'm going to get eyes on where the opponent's base is here for my allies. So they can maybe call down some artillery, which would be quite good. Plenty of munitions. You can see our opponents do not have any. They have one fuel cache. That's it. We have multiple fuel caches. We each Green built 2, Napoleon built 2, I built 1. Munitions cache right there from Gray in the south. Look how close. This is like point blank. I lost my squad there, unfortunately. But he wiped out his own squad there, so I'll take that as an even. That was a draw. We'll just call it a draw. I'm also going to get a purging on the field now. Plenty of fuel, plenty of munitions, plenty of units. So I was letting my allies know, here's the Stuka Sufus, it's over here. So we're going to start dropping munitions and fuel to them. And he's going to retreat, and he's going to retreat all the way back here. Meanwhile, they're just doing the cheap tactic of running over units. And with enemy units closing in here and my Vetru Rangers a little bit in danger, I think it's going to be time to retreat here in a second. That's what I decided to do. They also have artillery back here. Vet 2 artillery, 6 kills. And now one building destroyed. They're probably bombarding Nick on the hill there. So I'm trying to tell my tank to turn here, but he's actually outranged. Yeah, they're trying to take out. That was the great thing about the Stuka is when they do that Stuka dive bombing attack is there's no flares. So the infantry is down here again to support me. Let's see if I couldn't get any veterans. See, some more artillery is coming down. It is time to fall back. Sherman's are going to be repairing. He has his Gray's his own artillery down here, firing back at the OKW positions. I guess that's shooting off map actually. Okay, we have a Yog Panzer on the field, but look how many tanks are around here. We have T-85s, we have Comets. Yeah, we outnumber them. It's like 7v1 here. So the thing about the Yog Panzers, you have to be conservative, you have to protect its flank, because this can happen to you. So Orange is going to lose the Stuka Sufus. Look how many tanks are around here. He has his infantry here, don't get me wrong. They can try to Faust some of these tanks here, but he's just outnumbered. And look at that. Nick is running over all his units there. And there you go. That guy has been wiped out. Looks like some kind of artillery is going down. But just getting pinned and wiped out and run over. Completely brutal. Now, you've done your damage. This is the time to get back and preserve your armor. You've overwhelmed. I got my tanks up here too now. Want to provide some kind of support. Now I can hear the artillery shooting here. I can't see it through the fog of war, but I hear it. Nick unfortunately Panther's gonna loop around, and we also have a Stug here, so Nick's gonna lose his Comet. We took out that AT gun there. I mean, not AT, the artillery piece there. We have immobilized tanks here. This has been very costly. But it is time to pull back. Like I said, I'm gonna have my Pershing help. He actually just killed 3 enemies that were right around there. So that's destroyed near its abandoned. I'm gonna fire an attack round on it just to make sure it's completely dead. Stuka coming in, I can hear him. That's when you move. Oh, that was actually not, that was going after me there. I'm gonna fall back here. It is time to get out of here. Or actually, I'm gonna stay here for a minute here. We've overrun our enemy completely. They don't really have too many units left here. I'm gonna take out their last base here. That will allow them to have no more Panthers. So, artillery coming in. It is time to retreat. I've accomplished my victory here. Artillery gun dead, headquarters dead, and that could have wiped out 1 or 2 of my tanks there with their low health already. And oh, that's actually just fell on their own base there. It looks like they managed to grab another Stug here. So we still have tanks on the field here. They're getting repaired here when they're actually, this guy's just the Polish just captured that point. The tank basically goes basically can't fire. I pull my tanks all the way back here to a safe distance so I can repair. My rear echelon are retreating. I have my infantry back here also to cover. We worked really well as a team, and I think the big reason that we won this game, because the game was going to end in about 1 minute, the real reason we won is they were not able to hold the fuel, and yeah, they basically they need to hold the fuel. They gave up way too early on the south of the map there, and if you shift off of south, you better be pushing mid with 3 guys here with the fuel. You got to secure one of those, because we just were able to build defenses, tons of mines around here from gray everywhere. I could focus up north to protecting our fuel. I mean, yellow, who's gray, is all the way up here helping them out. We have an IS-2 here. And blobbing up is also going to hurt you there. Look how much artillery is about to come down and devastate these guys. Where that's Stormvik. They used to be so much deadlier, but that got him. What is this? It looks like they're on fire. Yeah, going against a heavy tank like that, gotta be careful. Keep in mind the Stormvik just keeps going back and forth, so this is basically what was left of all 4 of their armies right here, getting devastated by the Red Air Force. And I hope you guys enjoyed this match. Here's the statistics, kills and deaths for you. We all did pretty well. Our points are pretty negative. It's generally how it goes. The team that's not doing as well generally goes negative, and the team that's doing well goes positive. Not all the time. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next COH2 episode. Confront 221 signing off.